Okay, in continuation of the series, use what you have. Today we're going to go with very simple materials. We're going to use a Silver Silk 88 flat number 6. And I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but I will put the instructions on the bottom. We're going to use Manganese blue hue. We're going to use Sepia. And we're going to use Prussian blue hue. And we're also going to do a Sharpie extra fine point. So I cheated a little bit and traced the item on the watercolor paper, but you can paint this on canvas or anything you like. So what I'm going to do is do a quick outline of the dragonfly with my pen, and then we're going to add some water to it. So just very loosely draw your dragonfly with your pen. And this is the little body of the dragonfly. I'm going very loose. I'm not being very careful of how I do it, so it looks nice. Here are the wings, right? And this just gives you an outline of how it's going to look, right? I'm using my pen to put little veins in my dragonfly. And this is kind of like a pen and ink technique, so I'm working a little fast because I want you to be able to pause and fast forward this when you need it. This is the little head. And we're going to just do washes of the same colors over and over again so that you can practice doing a wash, okay? So let's start painting. I'm taking my Silver Silk 88 number 6. I'm putting a little bit of water in my brush. And I'm taking a little bit of my Manganese blue, and I'm just doing a wash of the color on my watercolor paper. And I'm going in really long strokes here so that you can just put some paint on your watercolor paper. And then we're going to come back and do a little bit of shading, but we're trying to keep it as simple as possible. Here's my other blue that's going to be underneath the little wing that goes beneath that. And don't be too careful and take your time in looking as to where you're going to go. But see how loose I'm doing it, and I'm doing it in long, long strokes. Don't sit there and go like this and try to color it. Just the longer you go, the nicer it's going to look. So I'm starting to like it. It looks really cute. And this is a simple design. I mean, we're only using 3 colors here, so anybody can do this. And if you've never painted before, please give it a shot. You're going to really like it and get addicted like the rest of us are. So I'm just going very lightly here with my strokes. I'm going to take my sepia now, and I'm going to do the little body of my little dragonfly. I don't know if they're brown or not, but mine is going to be. And like I said, I'm painting fast just for purposes of the video, but you can stop and fast forward and do whatever you want with this. I'm going to do a little bit of shading with the Prussian blue hue underneath the wings so that blue is a little bit darker. And I'm just going to bring it out as far as I can. I'm going to bring it here on the top. And this, I'm using watercolor techniques for this. I'm using watercolor paper, but you can use, composition notebook, anything you like. It doesn't matter. And if you didn't want to leave the background the way we have it right now, just plain white, which I have no problem with, you can also, I'm going to take a little bit of Chroium Oxide green, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet my background with just plain old water and make sure it's really wet and saturated. And I'm just going to take a drop of my green, and I'm just going to drop it in my background. And let it go wherever it wants. Now this is a very, very easy design to do, and you don't need to be an expert painter to do this. But I think it's looking really, really good, and minimum effort. So you can sit at home while you're watching TV and try this. And I don't like to cover my whole background with paint, so I'm just gonna let the water do its job and let the paint go wherever it wants. And I'm almost done with this painting. And voila, we are done. We have a nice little dragonfly. And now if you wanted to like do some extra design on it, I'm gonna wet my brush a lot with water, and I'm gonna take some of that blue and I'm just gonna speckle a little bit in the background. Give it some color. Tap it with my paper towel, and if you find yourself a nice little mat, look how cute that looks. And that would make a perfect gift for anybody. So follow me on my YouTube channel, Chris Cruz, and any new videos that come up, we'll let you know. Thank you so much for watching.